Welcome to the Christian Life Coach Collective. I'm your host and coach, Laura Malone, and I'm here to help you become the hero of your own story and learn to be a guide to others. Whether you're a life coach in any niche or you want to become one, or you're just listening in so you can self-coach to lead your own life well, this podcast is here to serve you. I'm super excited to walk with you into your calling and help you create a wonderful legacy for your life. So let's jump in to today's episode. Hey friends, want to give you a quick rundown of what I believe you can start an online coaching business for. I'm going to start with the things that I know that you need to start your coaching practice with an online business, because I didn't know this years ago and nobody ever told me. It didn't seem to be an easy process and any kind of streamlined system. So I figured it all out, duct taped it all together, tried a lot of free trials that were just simply a waste of my time and really a waste of my brain energy. And I wasn't even coaching anybody because I was just trying to figure everything out, and I want to save you that trouble, really. So first, I say you're going to need a Zoom account. So you can use the free version, but the problem with that is that you're going to run into a time limit, because Zoom used to let you have a free account that had unlimited time with up to 3 people. Well, this year they changed it because so many people are Zooming. I'm assuming that's the reason. And now you can, with the free account, only have a 40-minute meeting. And, while some people offer coaching sessions that can be about 30 minutes, you're going to want to be able to offer a 50 to 60-minute session. So you'll have to have a paid plan for that. You can also use Google Meet, which comes with Google Workspace, which is on the list too. But the major drawback to that is that if you don't upgrade your Google Workspace account to something more expensive, account, then you don't have the recording feature. And I highly recommend you record your sessions so that you can refresh your brain with what you've gone over with your clients in session, but also so you can evaluate your coaching and the growth and how did this tool work? How did this strategy work? Are you going in the right direction? You can read the client's body language. You can spend so much more time by going through the recorded session, and it will benefit you. And even if it's just that you're looking at paying for, trust me that it's worth it. And Zoom is just something that everybody is pretty used to by now, and I keep using it just simply because it's simple. I know it, my people know it, and it's about $15 a month, or I think $150 a year for the basic plan that is not free. And then I just record the session to my computer, and then I upload it to my client's folder in Google Drive, and then I can share it with them if that's part of the plan too. So on top of Zoom, I suggest using the app called Voxer. It's how you can connect with clients without giving them your personal phone number. So you can type your messages in there, you can send them graphics, but you can also leave voice messages in there. So they can actually play the voice message that you sent them again and again and again. If you have a client, so you can actually do a whole Voxer Day client session. So you can actually let people pay you to have access to you via Voxer for, 4 to 8 hours of the day. It's pretty awesome. I've done it, and I've seen a lot of really great things come out of it. I don't do it anymore, but I do know some other people who do it. I use it inside of the greenhouse. I've used it in other masterminds that I've done, and I really appreciate the usage of Voxer. It's kind of like using a walkie-talkie. You can set this button up so that you don't have to hold the button down the whole time you're talking, but essentially you can just say what's on your mind and not have to type it. And it's even better than voice to text. So it's like leaving a voicemail for somebody, and they can just leave it again and again and again. And they don't have to have your phone number to have a voicemail from you. And that's pretty awesome because, personally, between Voxer and Google, I don't think there's any reason for you to get a business phone number anytime soon. And I don't suggest that you give out your personal phone number either. There's really not any reason that you can't just talk to your clients via Voxer or meet over Zoom, send an email, or share via your Google Drive, okay? I highly recommend keeping personal contact info completely separate from your business for multiple reasons. One, because some clients might take advantage of being able to reach you in the one place that should be reserved for the VIPs in your life, on your phone. You can silence the notifications for each of these apps without having to turn off your phone so that you can have dinner with your family and actually be present, or sleep through the night and not turn off your phone because your kids aren't home yet. So that leads to my second reason. Keeping business and personal separate so you can be present and connected with your people and with yourself. Okay, so I highly recommend turning off social media, Voxer, all of the apps. Don't open your computer at least one day a week, please. Give your brain and your heart a break. Your soul gets tired and you have to take care of it. I have texted and made phone calls with clients over the years from my personal phone number, yes, but I recommend that you stay out of that. And I really don't do it anymore except in very special circumstances. But I've also been super blessed to not have any clients take advantage of it yet either. And I haven't had any stalkers either. Well, at least not to my knowledge. Haha. Okay, so next on my list is Flowdesk, or some type of email service provider. You talked about that in episode 58. There's lots of different email service providers out there, and you need to have one connected to a professional email address. So this is, Flowdesk is just one of them. It's the one that I use. There's ConvertKit, ActiveCampaign, MailChimp, GetResponse. I mean, there's hundreds, right? There's just so many. I use Flowdesk because it's pretty and it's simple. And it is $19 a month for the first year. So I use that and I like it. And I have landing pages. You can connect your lead magnets and your opt-ins. You send out your email campaigns through there. And they actually added a checkout now. So you can create a whole services page connected to Stripe, which leads me to the next one, which is Stripe. So you need an account with Stripe because that's where you're going to use, accept all of your payments through lots of different platforms. They're all going to connect with Stripe somehow. It's easy to set up, and trust me, you need it. It's free. Even if there's a percentage, it doesn't come out until somebody makes a payment to you. So next one is Acuity or Calendly or some type of scheduler. Again, refer to episode 58. $15 a month. I started out using Acuity, and I know a lot of people use Calendly, and there's a lot of other options out there. It's 6 one way, half dozen the other. This is where I tell you to start out. Start with a scheduler like this before you move to anything else that's bigger and offers you more when you're just starting out coaching and just building your business. This is enough for you, and it works really great. It'll do everything you need to do, but we're trying to start a business at a lower cost. This is what this episode is about. If you have lots and lots of money and lots of time to figure it all out, good for you. Great. Go for it. Do whatever you want on the other levels, right? But for those of you who are where I was with no money to invest, I'm saying $15 a month on your scheduler. This is a necessary platform that you need. You need to be able to have clients scheduling with you and not just going back and forth through an email. Next one, I started out with a free account, but I tell you, you've got to get the pro account for Canva. It is only $15 a month. And yes, that feels like a lot when you don't have anything to invest, but you need it because as a solopreneur coach or a coachpreneur, you have to realize that you're actually the boss of a business now. A marketer, a communicator, a content creator, not just a coach. A coach is different than the business owner. So your coaching practice is different than your online business. and where you invest into your coaching practice, and that's what you feel passionate about and called to, if you want to work for yourself, you have to step up to the plate of being an entrepreneur, a business owner. So you're going to have to make investments in things that are in line with actually being a business owner, not just with being a coach. Okay? You might think Acuity sounds like something I need. Sure, because that's where like clients need that. And so I have to have that. But Canva, no, that seems just too creative. I'm not going to be doing that much. Trust me, Canva is something you absolutely need. You're going to use it all of the time. You need to spend time figuring out how to use it, because at this point, if you're worried about spending $15 a month on Canva, you do not have the money to ask anybody else and pay them to make your graphics and to make the downloads that are your lead magnets so that you can get people's emails, so that you can actually have an email list to send information about your offers to, so you can have clients, so that you can be a coach. Do you see how they're all connected? So you actually need to be someone who becomes good at creating some things inside of Canva, because you don't have the ability to pay somebody else to do that for you unless you have clients paying you. Okay, that's my rant. The next one is Google Workspace. Again, episode 58, I talk about this. It is only $6 a month to connect and set up a professional email address. Okay, so that leads me to GoDaddy or wherever you get your domain name from. And if you get a domain name on GoDaddy.com, it's a penny for the first year, $19.99 for the second year. So $20 for 2 years is around $1 a month. Okay, I think less, right? Let's just not even count that. Why don't we? So it also GoDaddy.com offers a very basic website builder for free. But if you want to connect your actual domain to it, you would have to pay something per month or per year in order to do that. But again, I say, don't go crazy on a website yet. Go make some money, get some clients, get some training, and build a business. And then when you're making some money, then invest into a website. That is not where you need to spend all your time right now. So connecting that domain name to the email address inside of Google Workspace for only $6 a month gives you access to everything. Google Forms, Google Docs, Google Meet, Google Sheets, Google. 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 That's just all of them. But then you have, again, a laura@sterlingandstonementoring.com email address instead of sterlingandstonementoring@gmail.com. You don't want a gmail.com, yahoo.com, hotmail.com. 1980 called. They want their Hotmail address back. All right. So to be honest, after all of that, I would tell you that you should invest in coach training and your business setup for sure. So if you were to do that with me, well, there's plenty of people out there who can train you to set up a business and become a coach, all of that. So specifically, if you went through Sterling & Stone, you can spend $997 for a 10-week mastermind, or you can split it up into 3 payments of $350 a month and actually have the training, the practice, the tools, the templates, a community, everything that actually gets you coaching in just 10 weeks. So there's accountability in that, encouragement, clarity, lots of live coaching, and I actually help you figure out who you serve, how you serve them, figure out an offer, the beginning of your branding and your marketing plan, etc. Like there's just so much more. So that is something I say invest in early on. Even if you don't do it ASAP, do it early, because you want to be coaching, right? You don't want to just be working that full-time job and have an expensive hobby on the side. So in the next greenhouse course starting September 29th, the Arboretum Business course is included as a bonus, but in the future, it's actually going to be a separate course in the near future. So I know in episode 58, I talked a little bit, like I did a little roundup of pricing around what I suggest as opposed to starting out with a website. But now in this episode, I'm expanding on all of that to give you the basics of what it would take somebody starting out brand new. I want to have a coaching business. I want to be a coach, right? So that episode 58 was all about using landing pages and building your email list. So I pulled in Google Workspace, a domain name, a scheduler, and an email service provider. But in this episode, I'm sharing the basics, what you need to look into to get everything set up for a coaching practice and online business. Now, these are outside of what it actually takes you to set up as a legal business entity in your state. So if you have to pay your state to be an LLC, if that's the way you decide to go, or anything like that, these are not including those costs of actually setting up, or taxes or anything like that. So I'm not going down that road right now. So let's tally this up. All right, Zoom, $15. Voxer, free. Email service provider. Flowdesk is, I think, free for the first month, maybe, and then $19. I have a referral link that gets you $19 a month for free. $19 a month for the first year. There's others out there that will let you start out for free for a certain amount of time and things like that. So again, you have to do a little of your own research, what kind of email service provider you want and what you want them to offer and how easy you want it to be to do on your own. A domain name, okay, let's just call it $1 a month. A scheduler, $15 a month. Stripe is free. Canva is $15 a month. Google Workspace is $6 a month. So ultimately, depending on some of the choices you have, that's $50 to $70 a month. And if you add the greenhouse and the arboretum courses, which help you actually know your clients and serve them, so you're really coaching and not just building a business with no money coming in, well, then altogether, whether it's $997 and paid in full or 3 payments or $350, altogether it's still under $1,300 to get set up and start your online coaching business and actually know what to do and how to start showing up in your coach calling. So this, I'm actually saying all of this because I'm wanting to clarify the startup costs of a coaching business for those of you who have no idea what it would take. Those of you who want to begin, but you don't know if you can afford it, you don't know what to start with, and those of you who think it's just too overwhelming to figure out. So I'm going to tell you, you can do this. I spent way more money than this over the first few years because I didn't have anybody telling me what not to do, and I want to save you the trouble. Here is what I wish somebody had told me. If you're not going to take productive action to actually get clients, know how you serve them, and create offers that actually get them results, do not spend any money on anything. Instead, continue helping people that are in front of you for free. But do not waste your money doing things that are wasting that money. You need it for the other things like the car repairs and kids' football jerseys and homecoming dresses and the special 20th anniversary dinners. Things you need to give attention to. Getting out of debt. All of the good stuff, right? That is in front of you. Spend your money on that and just keep helping people for free and let it be a blessed hobby and something that you do like mentoring and you're just enjoying doing it. Do not put money into a business when you're not putting it in the right place so that the business actually benefits you. But if you are at the point of desperation where you just know you have to get going, you really want to quit your job and work from home, or you hate what you're doing, or you just want to do what you love doing, or you need to be making better money and you believe you can be a great coach to make that happen, then jump into the greenhouse and let's get going. And don't let money be a hindrance. Okay, stop, listen to me, come back to center. Don't let money stop you. Don't let your money mindset and your limiting beliefs stop you from doing what you're called to do. You are not an orphan. You are not a pauper, okay? Remember who your dad is. Remember everything your God has done for you, how he shows up for you just in time. Remember the testimonies of the past provision and protection, and he is so good, my friends. He is so good. And I wish I had known years ago that he wanted to provide for me what I needed. But instead, I stood on every excuse in the book. But those things were really just self-sabotage and lies because my mindset was not the mindset of an adopted daughter. And I wasn't leaning into the fact that everything in the fridge at my dad's house is mine. Everything in the fridge at your dad's house is yours. You don't have to ask if you can have a bowl of cereal. You don't have to ask if you can have a fresh, cold peach. You do not have to ask. It's yours. Even the expensive like LaCroix and Perrier lime-flavored seltzers. Like, you can have it. You don't have to ask. It's your dad's house. So go to him and ask him, is this business something that you're calling me to do? And then just start moving towards it and see what he does. Sometimes he does not give a clear yes. Absolutely. My son, my daughter, completely. This is totally what I'm telling you to do. You might not get that, okay? You might just need to start moving and see if the light turns yellow or if you get a red light. And if you don't get a yellow or a red light in your spirit, if you don't know, like, he is telling me not to do this, assume you have a green light. But understand, when you start moving towards your calling, you can expect resistance from the enemy. So don't mix up resistance to your calling with a no from God. And likewise, don't mix those things up with your soul telling you you're not capable or you're not called. So hold on to the truth, keep taking it back to the Lord, and trust him to lead you. Holy Spirit's going to be with you the whole way. So I'm going to put links to all of the things I've mentioned here in the show notes for your reference. Please hear me telling you that this is possible. $1,300 is nothing for the startup of a business. Nothing. If you go Google it. And while you could just spend the $50 to $70 a month and then figure out the rest on your own, you're going to waste so much time and energy, not to mention the money. So let me help you get where you're going, because there's nothing better than coaching to help you achieve results for what is in your heart. And I know you believe this because you are helping-hearted like me. And you have to believe it to have listened to this all the way 22 minutes down the road. So come get the attention and the encouragement you need to do what you're created to do. And don't forget to pray and ask God to reveal his plans for you. Ask him to show you how he wants to provide for you, what he has promised you, because he says he will equip you for everything you need, with everything you need to do what he's called you to do. So that means he's even going to equip you with the community you need to belong, like the community that you need to belong to, so you can have a team that's supporting you and with you in it. Because wouldn't it be so nice to be able to talk to people who are like-minded, like-directed, and understand what the passion in your heart is? Because honestly, I went years without having anybody who was passionate about what was in my heart. They were glad to be on the receiving end of how I could help them, but I didn't have other people like me that were excited to talk with me about what was in my heart to do. So I feel like that is one of the biggest benefits of doing a course like the Greenhouse or like any kind of mastermind where you actually are running with people in the same direction. I love it. So come on in, friend. You deserve the investment into yourself of time, energy, prayer, money, encouragement, and commitment. You can do it because why? All things are possible. All right, until next time. Hey, thanks for listening. And I would love it if you could leave me a review wherever you listen to this podcast and tell me what you're loving about it. It helps other people who are looking for transformation and change and growth in their lives find me. And if you want to learn about becoming a coach with any of your superpowers, head over to sterlingandstonementoring.com and check out the Greenhouse course. See you there.